2019. I just want to add value, and that is what I want: access and value.
Let me ask you about the state of the nation. What do you think? How do you see what's going on?
If I want to say, I'm sure that this is just an open thing. Everyone didn't see this coming. It's sad, that Nigeria is in this state. There's hunger in the land, insecurity is tearing us apart. Not even in the north anymore now. It's also from south and all parts of the country. It's sad, but I just believe that we just need to continue to have hope that it will happen. We already have a government in place. And I used to say to people, if you have a government in place, the best you can do as a citizen is to promote that government, at least during the time that they will be in power. Because if they do well, it is for the betterment of the country. If they go wrong, it's going to be bad for the whole country. So for me, I'm hoping, and also wherever that we have to key in with advice and everything, we use the opportunity like what we are doing now. I believe that Nigeria has gotten to a stage where we need to diversify completely from oil and look at our competitive advantage. And our competitive advantage in Nigeria today is, first of all, our population. Secondly is the size of the country. The size of the country, we have a lot of arable lands, which can make us, if we go into food production, Nigeria has no reason to be hungry. Nigerians, we have no reasons to be hungry. This is the time that the government must make agriculture look like the new entertainment, the new Afrobeat. This is the reason, because we have a lot of land, arable land. This is the time the government must come up with free hand, for the agricultural business. This is our main people to protect now. They are not the senators, they are not the governors going out around with security and everything. The people to protect now are the farmers. How do we get them to farm? How do we get them all what they need to make farming easy for them? And an average young person that is just leaving university today, how do you want to divert his attention into agriculture? What kind of free training do you want to give to them? In that training, how do you want to make it so interesting to them? Not just training of going to farm today. Maybe after that, they see like maybe they do some recreational activities and they begin to find farming very, very attractive. That's very important. Another thing that is important is the government must first of all identify that the most important agency to the government, for me, is the National Orientation Agency. Because I believe Nigeria lacks orientation. And this is when I was in the House of Rep. If you follow my activities in the House of Rep, I sponsored a bill on reinvigoration of National Orientation Agency. I also moved the motion on reinvigoration of National Orientation Agency. And this is the reason is our National Orientation Agency is one of the, maybe even the only civil agency of the government that has offices in all the 774 local governments in Nigeria. And the obligation of this agency is to update the people, to update the citizens, the plans and programs of the government. And also, they can pick feedback from people back to the government. Now, once you understand that, what do you need to do? You need to be able to monitor the growth of what National Orientation Agency is doing. And for you to do that, you need data. So how do you use data? You must be able to link National Orientation Agency with NIMS, so that at least we have access to that data. So as they are reaching out to people, they know how many people that they have oriented, they know how many people that that they are reaching out to, and we can be able to monitor, their growth. So for me, I think it's high time for the government now also to put more money in National Orientation Agency, because they say prevention is better than cure. When you service National Orientation Agency, people will know what to do. They'll understand. And also you can easily get the pulse of the people and get it back to the government. But if once this bridge is fixed, it is easy for government to communicate to the people, and it's easy for government to feel people's feedback, not just some people painting Nigeria black or some people painting government black to the people. So they already have, everybody can go to the office of National Orientation Agency in their local government. Yeah, in all the 704 local government in Nigeria. So I think this is it. So we can get the National Orientation Agency functional the way it should be, and also agriculture, develop agriculture, make sure that everybody, find a reason, to go into agriculture. Make it the new Afrobeat. All the young people now want to sing. Let them want to go to farm, and make sure that you provide security for them, not the big boys in town. Let our farmers, let them be our VIPs now, because when we have taken care of the food problem, then 50% of our problem is solved.
How do you also see the challenge of the foreign exchange? And what do you
Yeah,
think
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the challenge of foreign exchange is like somebody like me is hitting me so bad. My kids have always been in the UK even before I joined politics. I've had all my five kids. They are UK born since about 18 years ago, since I have my first daughter there. And now changing naira to pounds every day is driving me crazy. But as a government, there will be some monetary policies that the CBN was come up with. But outside that, the generality of everything is we should focus on all our exports, because the economy of a nation is calculated by the amount of export that the nation does. So if we can be producing what we are consuming and we are exporting, naira will begin to have value. You understand? But if we keep importing, then dollar will begin to have value more than naira. So, but I just believe that this is the time that the government must enable Nigerians to be more productive by finding solutions to our immediate problem and creating products for ourselves to be consumed here, so that dollar is not determining what we are doing here. And also, once we have those things, we are exporting more. When we export more, then the naira value will begin to go up.
I know you have a passion for entertainment sector. I'm wondering, each time you sit back and you look back at what you guys have been able to do in that sector, how do you always feel?
Yeah. No, the entertainment sector is a huge one, it's a broad sector. And also, if the government can tap into this as well, it will really help. Also, in the House of Rep, the last motion that I moved in the House of Rep was calling on the federal government to strengthen the creative industry. The creative industry is so broad. It's so broad. Creative industry, you have even not just entertainment, even fashion, you have a monument, you have a stand-up comedy, you have an Afrobeat, yes, but the entertainment plays an important role there. Nollywood today is the second largest film industry, in the world. There's so much opportunity there. And for me, there's a spiritual aspect to that, which I just believe that anybody that knows what is doing, we understand that it's time to quickly, you know, make sure that we support entertainment in Nigeria. When I started Quilox in 2013, it only took me 2 years before I knew that I had to open Aquila Records. And I opened Aquila Records basically because I've come to notice that when you say change, if someone, as we are sitting down and having an interview here now, if someone is coming now by the door, how do we know? From sound. So it's spiritual. So that is why the first thing that is breaking out of this corner is sound. Practically, artists are doing so big outside the country. Look at what Burna Boy is doing. Davido, Wizkid, Ashake. Ashake, just about 2 years ago, Ashake was nowhere to be found, but now he's there. Why? Because of the power of entertainment. So I believe entertainment still has a lot, a lot of journey, so to make in the lives of humanity, and the boys are doing so well and they are making the country proud. So what I believe that the country should do now is to find a way to strengthen the creative industry, giving so much opportunity. Let these people too be so happy that they have a government that is supporting them. Let them know, because Wizkid has become who he is now without even any government support. But now has become who he is without any government support. Kiss Daniel, most of them like that. But yes, we have a government, and we must begin to see the value. of entertainment because you cannot quantify what we can generate in entertainment because it's just from someone's talent. And from that talent, you can see that they are topping, the charts of all other artists in the world. So it is high time.
Tell us a bit about